Hey everyone, welcome to episode 2 of Barstool Bitcoin. And in this episode, we have some pretty cool stuff happening in the crypto space, more money being added to the total market cap, and just a lot of positive news comparatively to the last couple of weeks. So, as always, I'm here with my co host, Weil Rajab. What's up, Weil? How you doing?
What's up? Good. Just super hot here in Ottawa right now. Excited to be on our second podcast. Like Dan said, we got some exciting stuff. He touched base on the market cap moving 13 billion. Bitcoin got to 6,800, and it got rejected around there. Not too bad. Right now, I'm winning the over than under right now.
You
We can
are.
keep. Hopefully, we can keep going. I think we're gonna get to the sevens, and then maybe we retrace down a little bit. So let's dive right into it. I
Yeah, let's
wanted to
hop
talk
in here.
about uh, what everybody's waiting for. I think that is institutional investors jumping into the market. Maybe these little rises in prices, people jumping in. Coinbase, yesterday, they enabled what they call their Coinbase custody. And what that addresses is the number one concern for institutional investors, which is namely security. So it's actually now secured through a SEC compliant and FinTrack independent broker deal, which is ETC electronic transaction clearing. So Coinbase is trying to attempt to become a fully SEC regulated broker dealer itself, because it's recently bought a financial services firm and is pursuing its own federal bank license. So they're accepting accredited investors from $250,000 to $20 million as of right now. So it's, for somebody who has 10, 15, 20 million, it's pretty hard to buy crypto unless you're doing OTC, but you could do it right on Coinbase now. Um,
Yeah, so
so I
that's
think that's
only
pretty cool.
for accredited investors.
Accredited investors, yes.
Yeah, I think they're gearing up for something
Europe
big
and
too.
US.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, that's good for the whole crypto market as a whole to have a big American company
Yeah,
developing their systems to include institutional money. I mean, people have been using this argument for years now that it's just a matter of time before institutional money comes in and, you know, the total market cap just doubles overnight type
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But I think crypto
I
is
think
not
it's
ready
all
for that.
pieces
Yeah,
because
it's
like
gonna come in
Coinbase
waves,
said
come in, come out.
they figured that this may unlock $10 billion of institutional investors' money sitting on sidelines. So, it's not going to double it, but if we have these small pieces like Coinbase did this, maybe Bittrex or Poloniex enables US dollar and fiat trading, and, it all adds up, and then we'll get the money flowing in again.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yesterday we talked about Binance, and they had, I guess, suspended all withdrawals, but they were enabling trading. So we got some
Yeah,
good news today.
I think they actually closed the trading last night too,
Oh, did they?
for a little bit because Syscoin was the coin that got, I guess, which had the glitch. I think Syscoin maybe thought it was their blockchain at first, but then they looked through it and they said that it wasn't the blockchain; it's a glitch in Binance. So Binance stopped all of that withdrawals. I think once Syscoin ended up selling for 96 Bitcoin, which is $600,000. So I'm not sure how that works. Did somebody take that? Did they withdraw it, the hackers and whatnot? And
I
what
don't
Binance?
think so. I think they were blocked from withdrawing anything, but they just reported that they saw irregular behavior, and so they suspended all withdrawals to, I guess, avoid any potential threat of them releasing the Syscoin because I think a lot of the trading was through an API, and that's a little riskier. It's not directly on Binance. Could have just been some algorithmic trading that was triggered there, or I'm not sure exactly what happened, but good news nonetheless that Binance has resumed their suspended services. Yeah, but they're not even disclosing the details, so I mean, who really
Yeah, you
knows what
never know. You
happens?
never really know. They did reset all API keys, so I saw a few people in the Discord talking about not being able to use the app. It's because you have to go back into Binance and set up new API keys, and then you can start seeing your balance and start trading again and whatnot.
Cool. Yeah, I mean Binance is the biggest crypto exchange in the world, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, unless one of those Japanese or Hong Kong ones outbeat it. But in my knowledge, I think Binance takes it.
Yeah, well, that's good news. We had more good news on top of that with more money coming into total market cap and some good reports being released of stores making like a ton more money by accepting Bitcoin. So I guess that would be pretty positive as well.
Yeah, it was a small arts business. We both saw that. It was they started accepting crypto 3 months ago, and they have performed 427%
They
uh,
grew their
better
store.
in sales,
Yeah, they grew their store like 400%
and
just by
it's just the
accepting
art
Bitcoin.
collection.
I took a look through their site and they're selling a lot of crypto artwork. So I'm assuming
Yeah,
that's like the major reason why.
yeah, it's not gonna triple or 4x most people's businesses, but I think adding a payment to your store, an extra payment, whether it be PayPal or, Bitcoin, it definitely brings in more sales, because let's say, for example, I saw this mosque. I think it was the first mosque to ever accept crypto, and people were debating whether it's, halal or not. But let's say I wanted to donate, I would never ever be able to donate unless they introduced crypto. And same with this art collection. I wouldn't want to fucking put a painting of Bitcoin on my credit card that's worth 100, $500,000. I would just rather say, since it is a Bitcoin picture, I'll just rather use my
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
I don't think they have like ticket prices that high, but I'm
I
not
was
sure. I
looking
didn't
at
go
them.
through it.
They were in the. I saw one painting for $2,000. So I would,
Okay.
I wouldn't buy an Ethereum painting for 2 grand, but um, if they
Yeah,
have,
to each his own. Some people like
yeah,
that
yeah,
shit, some people value it more than others, and 2K for a painting is it's up there, but I mean, you could spend a lot more on art, you know what I mean?
yeah, definitely.
There's actually like a new blockchain. They're in beta right now, and it's the first blockchain based auction for art. So they're tokenizing art, and you can actually it's like a marketplace, so you can actually buy shares in famous paintings, which is pretty cool. You don't have to buy it outright. You could buy shares
Oh
in it.
wow, yeah,
Yeah.
that is pretty cool.
So I think they're still in beta. They're gonna do like an app and all this stuff, but they have some pretty big partners and a solid team. So we'll see how that turns out. I think fine art is definitely an asset class, and if you look at a lot of the wealthiest people in the world, many of them own large
Art,
art
yeah.
collections. Yeah.
Even Jay-Z's buying, art, right? Instead of buying cars, Rolls Royces. These guys, it's just so much smarter to buy an asset. Just hang it up on the wall, and it just appreciates in time.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what? We were talking about India yesterday as well. One of their largest exchanges announced that it froze withdrawals of Indian rupees, so they're getting pretty hit pretty hard after the bank ban.
Yeah.
Um, so
Deposits too, right? So you can't even
yeah,
deposit anything on
deposit
there.
with withdrawals, also anything related with your bank, sending to buying or selling, they wouldn't allow that.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, we kind of touched on that yesterday. I think the market is definitely there in India. but they just don't have any resources. And now the banks and the exchanges they're pretty much turning on them. It was the exchange is called ZebPay, so they're the biggest exchange in India right now. So if
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
suspending withdrawals and deposits, then really what can you do if you have money on there?
Yeah, it probably gets stuck, and honestly, if they're probably going to have a hard time. I'll be honest, they're going to have a hard time getting it off the website if their withdrawals are stuck, and I don't think it's going to be easy for them. Maybe it'll be stuck for a while, or maybe they won't even ever get it back. I hope they do though, but um, it'll probably be a long process unless it gets unbanned.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I think it's just mostly a problem with the banks, right? Because the
yeah, yeah,
exchange can't
definitely.
can't use a bank account essentially.
Hmm.
So yeah, I guess funds are just frozen in there right now. That sucks for people who got money in
Yeah,
there.
they would have to buy Bitcoin if withdrawals are closed. They would have to just buy the Bitcoin and then I guess sell it internationally or to a friend or whatever and get the cash
But
back.
how do they get the Bitcoin off the exchange? You know what I mean? It's
Well, I
just
mean, I
stuck
think
there.
yeah, yeah, unless they stopped Bitcoin withdrawals as well, which they most likely did. That's why talking about
Oh, it was just
exchange.
fiat. Was
Yeah,
it
I think
just?
it's
Oh
just
yeah,
fiat, the
Indian
Indian
rupee.
rupees. It's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Indian
yeah.
rupees.
Gotcha. Well,
So
that's
they
good
would
at
have to sell
least.
their Bitcoin internationally, or just hold on to it and think about selling it later when maybe regulations and rules are changed. That's why I wouldn't really leave any money like a large amount of fiat on an exchange just because for reasons like that, and like maybe the website goes down and you just lost all your capital, and that would be a shitty situation. Um, what do you think about decentralized exchanges? Like, I know we're working towards them, and I think decentralized exchange would eliminate these small glitches like we saw in Binance, and people in India, for example, would be able to use a decentralized exchange because nobody knows who's on the other end, and there's no what is it, KYC and all that sort of things, so people can just use it anonymously.
Yeah, I think there's pros and cons, for decentralized exchanges. For sure, getting bigger and bigger inside of crypto, in the last couple of months, especially. But I'm on a couple of decentralized exchanges. I just find them super clunky and like the UI is just pretty shitty, and it's kind of hard to imagine how it's going to evolve if it's decentralized, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm on one too. Also, with there's no support. If you lose your password, it's gone for good. They only issue it one time, so it is a bit more harder to get around. Yeah, the user face isn't as friendly. I do agree with that. I do agree with that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, at the end of the day, it's good because the market's evolving, but it's just a process, right? So eventually they'll probably find a way to merge decentralized exchange with, a solid team and constant dev to make it secure, decentralized, but also they can develop it as well and give the consumers essentially what they want, just a good
Yeah.
UI and clean service.
No, I agree. Um, I wanted to talk about EOS. I know you are bullish on that. A lot of people I speak to are bullish on that. I know it was a little bit while ago, but when it did hit its all-time high, what were you thinking? Did you take some out, or were you just holding?
No, I'm just hodl all my EOS. Like I'm not. We hit like higher high before that. Oh,
No,
do
I
you mean the
think 20.
all-time high?
Yeah, I
Like
think
yeah,
$22
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
just
That was
maybe two,
pretty
3 weeks
high,
ago,
but
and it was pretty. It just fucking happened. Like it just blew up real quick. It was the most profitable coin for the week or two. It just 1x, then 2x, and then I think it went from $5 to $22.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big believer in EOS. Like, I think it's going to be around for a long time. So I'm holding my EOS just like I'm holding my Ether and my Bitcoin. Like, I think it's right up there, you know. And EOS was one of the coins that got in pretty early. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna wait to hit my sell strategy for that one. Like, I probably should have sold maybe like 5 to 6% of what I was holding at the height of it, but at the same time, um, I believe in their technology and the business and the team especially, so I'm not too worried about it. It's just like a long term hodl for me.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff going on in crypto outside of the top five coins, but I think still everyone is just waiting for Bitcoin to make the move, right? And like you said, it's a little bit above where it was yesterday when we recorded episode one. Bitcoin's sitting at 6,700 right now. So where do you see it going in the next day, 2 days, over the weekend?
Over the weekend, for the next couple days, I'm hoping that we get to break into the sevens. We have jumped up in price a couple times now. I'm thinking that either if we come down back now, and then get into the sevens, and then hopefully we can just kind of consolidate in there. I'm trying to be as bullish as possible, but I want to be realistic because, like you said, I think if we do get one more drop, we were at 50. What was it? What was the lowest to hit? 56, 50, 57. I think if we do swing down and it doesn't get into the sevens, we could get to like 5,400. So like, if you want to buy some Bitcoin, I think 54 is a great price to get in for short term, because as you saw, as it went down to 58, when it came down twice, it jumped up, it bounced pretty quickly back up, and it was a few $100s. So it's always profitable. Never sell, the fear. So if we do get back down to the fives, it's a great place to buy.
Definitely a great buy opportunity at 5K. There was the Alliance. He's like a chief economist. I can't remember his name, but he released a whole report basically justifying why Bitcoin is such a good buy at 5K, and I think a lot of people are waiting for it to hit that level. I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
Tone Vase mentioned it, and a couple other big traders have been looking for Bitcoin to hit that level. So I don't think we're bullish just yet. We got a little move there, but I think
Yeah.
we're right on the edge of a new market cycle, but we still have some bear market to go.
Yeah, the way I think is like the, market seldom does what you think it does. So everybody thinks it's going to five. So everybody might have their buys like 54, 52, 56, maybe even lower, 49. They're all trying to see like how much Bitcoin can I get at 4,900? How much can I get at 5,000? Just doing the math in their head. And, that's kind of the greediness talking to them. And you know what? Is everybody expecting it to go down there? It might never go down there, and people might miss their buys, but that's just me trying to be bullish. And just that's just the best case possible, that Bitcoin doesn't go down there and it just keeps moving up. It moves up into the sevens and it consolidates and it holds there. But if not, I do see like low fives, and you should snatch some. Worst case scenario is you buy a little bit more when it goes cheaper and you keep adding to your position. um and that's about it. Just keep stacking that Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's it. We're still in bear market, so I don't think like even waiting for five is necessary to buy, but we'll probably hit that level. So if you
Yeah.
want to keep some cash on the sidelines, it's a good idea.
Yeah, I would call this the accumulation phase. Like, you could buy your favorite coins for cheaper than they ever were. And, like we talked about Nano yesterday as well, which, if it touches all time high, that's another 1,000x or 1,000%. And you just need to look at these coins that are kind of playing out like Bitcoin, where they hit all time highs and now they're 80, 90% 70% less of the price they were, and you want to ride it back up. You don't want to buy it when everybody's hyped up about it. You want to buy all the fear, you know what I mean? So Nano is a perfect one. Dash as well. I love masternodes, so I'm looking at masternodes. Like a Dash masternode's like 250 grand. When it was at its all time high, it's a 1.7 million dollar masternode. So not only is it making you 7% a year, which is pretty minimal in crypto, but you get all that gains when it goes back up to its all time high. Um,
Well, it's
that is
7%
probably,
yield per year, right? Like that has nothing to do with the fiat value of the token itself
yeah, it's 7% yield. So
on the
um,
coin. So
on the
that's
coin.
pretty
So
solid. That's like one of the better masternodes out there, I think, for like a proven coin that's been around.
yeah, exactly. And getting in at a cheap price just beats it all. So
Hmm.
you can almost 7-8x that, and I think like that's one of the safer masternodes. It is one of the most expensive ones. Maybe it is the most expensive masternode. Um, but it's if you have a Dash masternode, it's
It's
baller, you know.
proven. Yeah, it's baller. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Trying to be a baller.
Yeah.
So what do you got your eye on right now? What kind of coins are you looking at right now? Anything in particular?
I think the privacy coins are gonna do really great. Aside from the market being really shitty, like no coins really blowing up right now, but I think Monero, if the coin I'm gonna choose would be Monero. Um, it's a full privacy coin, and it's just good to have a little privacy. I know a lot of people are against it, and stating illegal activity may be happening, or it's funding maybe terrorist activity, whatever it may be. But I think that not everybody wants to have their crypto wallets like open to the public to see what you're holding, how much you're holding, when you spent it, when you got it, and things like that. So having a little privacy is good, and Monero's cheap now too, and it's one of the better privacy coins, and it's competing up there with Dash, I would say. So
Yeah, I mean, people are using the US dollar, British pound, the euro for funding terrorist activity as well. So, I
yeah,
mean,
it's
it's
good.
like, it's kind of an illegitimate argument. I find that privacy is not necessary, but if you think about it logically and you have, millions of dollars, tens of millions, or even more in a wallet, you don't want people to
For
be able to
sure,
see
for
every
sure.
single transaction. Like, I just was reading about something the other day about how these hackers from France had 10 million wallets under surveillance. Like, they're
Oh
just
wow,
watching.
and
So they're
that's
obviously
crazy.
going to target the ones with larger amounts of volume, and
Yeah,
privacy
for sure. Even like
prevents that.
small things, like I read this article where I think the neighbor paid a teenager to cut his lawn with crypto. So,
Oh yeah,
he's your neighbor. He sends you crypto. You look at his wallet. He has a couple $100,000. You maybe try to break in the next day, try to take his crypto and things like that. With a normal bank transfer, you don't see like the other person's account. With crypto, you do. So, I wouldn't. I would want to kind of hide it from the. If you're using it for everyday things, when it does come to that point and you're using it more often, you never know who does look back in your account, or who just like those France hackers start maybe bookmarks it or some shit and start stalking it.
that's
And
a yeah, exactly. They're
yeah,
gonna definitely go after the ones with the biggest amount of coin in the wallet first. Logically, I mean that would make the most sense from a
yeah,
hacker's
definitely.
perspective. But I mean, privacy coins have been around for a little while. I don't think they're going anywhere. Monero is the top privacy coin. I think it's on CoinMarketCap right now. It's sitting at 13 in total market cap, which is pretty good. Um, the top five are the same as yesterday: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, EOS, and then Litecoin just out of the top five at number six. So, all in all, it was a good day for crypto. I mean, pretty much everything is green, just slightly, like not too much volatility. But yeah, we'll see where we go from here. Like, it's still it's still pretty uncertain what's going to happen with Bitcoin, if it's going to go bear a little more or what.
Yeah,
I
the
mean, if you look at last
dominance.
year, we still have a couple months to go.
Yeah, yeah. The dominance is up from last time I checked. I remember it was down. I think the lowest. I don't know if it hit 20s, but I saw like 33. We're at 40, almost 42%. I think when Bitcoin does start moving, we're gonna see it at over 50%, and I wouldn't be surprised if it gets into like 60% dominance because when Bitcoin moves, it moves, and what I've seen and experienced, everything else dumps. I think that Bitcoin got pushed down. It was more of like everybody was buying alts up, ICOs, and the dominance, BTC dominance was as low as I saw it. And it's been creeping up slowly since the bear market started. The Bitcoin price is going up, but BTC dominance or BTC price is going down, but the dominance of Bitcoin is going up slowly. So
Right.
I think, yeah, when it does move, a lot of these alts will bleed. Maybe the ones that were under $1 and did get affected in the bear market, we might not see them again. They might just all the shitcoins that got affected real bad, they may just get like, what is it, a double tap, like they get
Yeah.
eliminated.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what should happen.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
there is a coin actually being released that sifts through all the different coins, like their underlying business model is they sift through all the coins, and then they have a certain way they do it where they buy up the supply, whoever's holding those tokens that are essentially worthless because whatever, they have a value but there's no volume, and then they consolidate those coins to essentially eliminate them, and they issue their coin for it. So I'm not sure exactly how the business model works, but I think all these shitty coins that have low market cap, no volume, and are just slowly going to zero are going to be phased out as they should be. And they're going to, I mean, what should happen is the people who are holding those tokens should you know hopefully see it coming and get out of them before. But if there's no volume,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
could be a really good solution so that too many people don't get burned on like holding those shit coins. Like fuck,
Yeah,
there's so many of them.
there's a ton. And I've bought a couple. I'll be honest. I've bought a couple shit coins, and I've probably stuck with a few right now. But yeah,
At the end of the day,
it's
if
more
they
of a
don't
gamble.
have, yeah, it's a huge gamble. Exactly. Like at the end of the day, if they don't have an underlying business that creates value for the token holders, um, then it's going to be gone.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Talking about privacy coins, I just remembered about Pivex, one of my old school coins. It's been here for a long time too.
Yeah, you
I
love your
think
Pivex.
yeah, it's a fork of Dash, so it is pretty cheap right now. It's as the last time it rallied, it was at $4. So it hit $4, and then it rallied up to $13, and right now it's just over $2. So maybe you can snipe it for around two or just get it under one. They also offer masternodes, so perfect to buy it cheap. Set up a masternode. It gets back to $12, $13. You 5x, 6x, and you've appreciated all the masternode rewards. So check
Yeah.
out Pivex. Supply's low too, 56 million. Um,
Yeah, so you're just basically watching privacy coins right now.
yeah, well, I'm just watching any coin that's broken its market cycle and it's super low right now, and
Hmm.
it's kind of just waiting for Bitcoin to move. Bitcoin will affect it when it does move, but I'm not gonna just ruin my entry like I have in previously trying to get the perfect entry. I'll
Right.
just ladder buy and get in as much as I can as cheap as possible.
Yeah, before we head out here, let's go over some ground rules here, boys. A little house cleaning. I want to let you guys know we're going to be publishing these episodes every Tuesday, early morning Eastern time. So be ready to go for you when you wake up
Yep.
there. And we're going to be doing one a week. And in the future, our hope is to have some awesome guests on. So again, if you guys got someone you want to see on the show, hit them up, hit us up, let us know who you want to see. Comment on this video if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening to the pod, hit us up. You can email us, join our Discord, and post in there however you want to get in touch with us. But we're going to be rolling out tons of cool resources for you guys. So the first 3 episodes are a little bit different, and then we're going to pivot and have some awesome guests on it. Wiles working on getting Big John McAfee on the show.
Yeah, it's the goal. No, but we should have a ton of guests, and it should be fun. A lot of info.
Definitely. So I think, that's pretty much it for me. You got any last words, Weil?
Well, that's about it. Stay strong in the market. Enjoy the hot day. It is July 4th as well, so, be safe, have fun.
Yep. Happy Independence Day to all you
happy
Americans.
Independence Day.
And thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you guys in the next episode of Barstool Bitcoin.
Perfect. See you guys later.